My name is Mark Fratto, and I'm the voice of the Washington Commanders at FedEx Field. You're listening to the Command This podcast with Steve, Dev, and Phil.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's November 30th, Thursday, pregame live stream. We got the Miami Dolphins coming to FedEx Field. I am Steve. I'm joined by my spectacular co-host, Dev, our music producer, does all the music for this show. And then we're joined by the bucket hat man himself, Mr. Phil Credible. He's in the mood for a fish fry. I did not change my headline yet, but I probably should, I'm not sure that's going to be it. I figured out.
Nah. I mean, that's an appropriate headline as well. But I'm in the mood for a fish fry. I mean, I didn't predict it, but I'm in the mood for one.
I mean, who wouldn't want to be a fish fry? What is the? Are you guys catfish guys? Catfish?
Yes,
of course.
Crawfish, crab legs, salmon patty, fried oyster, raw oyster, lobster, deep fried.
I actually had fish tonight.
I had fish yesterday, catfish yesterday.
Catfish nuggets, fried catfish,
Speed daddies,
shrimp gumbo.
I went to Juicy Seafood and got some crab legs last week.
When I think I was passing through San Antonio or Texas or Dallas one time and visited this place called Papados. I don't know if you heard of it.
Oh, Papados. I know about Papados.
Man, I had these crawfish and these catfish nuggets, man. They were so good. But I'm with you, Dev. My favorite fish is seafood, fried oysters, man. Nothing beats fried oysters to me. That's where it's at. Fried oysters is where it's at. If I had to choose something.
In the egg wash.
Fried oysters are always dope. For sure. Shrimp is basic, but you can never go wrong with good shrimp.
Yeah. Zhuzh it up a little bit.
You just can't go wrong unless you have a shellfish allergy. You can't go wrong with seafood. And even then, you can still eat.
My girl doesn't have an allergy. She don't like it. We go out to somewhere with seafood, she'll get chicken nuggets every time.
No.
Did she order the tendies?
Yeah, definitely without bone too, like a pussy. Definitely, that's what she does, man. For sure. We went out to a good beach, like a Chinese or Japanese beach house or something, where they cook the shit in front of you. She'll get chicken. She'll get chicken nuggets. She'll get enough food. She'll get the food and just take it home, so I'll eat it later. You know what I'm saying? She won't eat it.
Yeah.
I got a daughter like that too. She'll eat up the kids' meal no matter where you take her to a 4-star restaurant, man. She'll eat
kids' meal,
chicken tenders or something every time. Some onion rings.
Very weird. Very weird. Well, let's just jump right into it, fellas. It's episode 239 for us, man. 239. Get clapped. Get clapped. If you look on the sidelines,
we ain't strapped.
You look on the sidelines. Some of these games. What's Ron doing, man? He's either sitting there like this, or just clapping. It's just it's one of his quirks, right? Every coach has their quirk.
He's not Jason Garrett levels of clapping.
No.
If you watch Hard Knocks, that is like the best coach ever. I want to play for the Dolphins coach. I watch Hard Knocks.
Yes, awesome. He is my favorite Even Commanders coach, he is my favorite coach in the NFL. Is Mike McDaniel. Even going back to last year, but he was a wide receivers coach on this team. Wide receivers coach on this team.
I think he's a nerd.
On this thing, he was here.
He is a nerd.
Yeah. I think he's a nerd. The Dolphins are a good team. I'm sure, he's got that. Obviously, he's got that offense cooking. Kind of hard not to with those weapons. But
Phil, you have a friend.
Yeah, there's Butcher.
Phil,
smoke
your ass this week.
Smoke weed every day.
Yes.
Ask Ref the District. I predicted we were going to get our asses smoked. To them.
Would you say 60 points, 50, 52?
We'll get to the predictions in a little bit, but I predicted us getting smoked. But I still wouldn't want to play for Mike McDaniel. I couldn't. I don't think I could respect him as a man.
Why though?
Kicked the dick in on Hard Knocks. That shit was hilarious.
Because I don't. I look at him and I see a kid with a beard.
A kid with a
like a grown man.
He don't act like a grown man. He acts like a kid.
He connects with his players, I guess. I don't know. I just
they all play Fortnite after practice. That's what he kind of looks like. He looks like he plays a lot of Fortnite.
Yeah,
I don't play Fortnite.
And Fortnite scoreboard is what he said to us, bro. Doing all the Fortnite dances and shit. You know what I'm saying? The floss, all them shit.
Yo, Mike McDaniel looks like he still does the floss. Mike McDaniel looks like he just learned how to whip a nene last week.
Mike McDaniel looks like the.
He's young, dude. Right? How old is he?
I know he's young. That's why I'm picking on him. He's probably younger than me.
Yeah. Probably so. That's fine. I don't mind.
He looks like Neil Brennan. That's who Mike McDaniel looks. He looks just like Neil Brennan, the comedian. Exactly. Like if you went out there wearing a headset, you would not know the difference, bro. Everybody know who Neil Brennan is, right? He's like Dave Chappelle's friend, the comedian dude.
Yeah.
His face blew up on a Clayton Bigsby skit.
Clayton Bigsby.
White power. You know that.
What?
Time to leave the rice. That's just hilarious, man.
Marcus Edlin. What's up, Marcus? Thank you for joining us. Make sure you go check out Sports View 2 on the book of Face. He's always sharing all the good stuff.
So Mike McDaniel was 40.
40.
I'm 40. I'm a young looking 40.
Nah, you ain't Mike McDaniel.
He don't look my age.
Wow.
He looks younger.
He looks
like he's 25.
He honestly does. He looks like one of these IPA sipping dudes who just dropped out of college but still hangs out at the college bar.
Yeah. I know. I don't know. I mean, he worked his way up. He worked his way up.
Our asses kicked on Sunday, so Thursday I'm going to talk my shit.
Might as well have some fun with it, right?
Exactly.
It's coming. They're gonna pile drive us. They're gonna suplex us. They're gonna
have a freak off.
Do a camel clutch on us. They're gonna do.
This is a team
figure four leg lock.
They're going to be drop kicks and 450s,
leg
and
drops,
moonsaults off the top rope, and all that.
Touchdowns. Just all over our chest.
Razor's edge.
This one's for Josh Butcher. They're going to hit us with blunt force trauma, BFTs for days.
They're going to be in a.
Hey, Josh, I will bet you $100 that the Commanders will not win this game.
Yeah,
take that bet.
I will bet you, Josh. I will bet you tickets to go see Gabriel Iglesias, which he's been talking to me about. I will bet you tickets that the Dolphins
still alive?
beat the Commanders.
The comedian?
Yes.
Yeah. See, Josh, that's alive? The difference. That's the thing. A lot of people are homers and they will stand for the team. It's okay to be a homer. If you're a realist and your team's not going to win, that's okay.
We don't get it. Now, here's the thing. We're talking all this. We're talking all this. We're going to get our asses kicked. If we win on Sunday,
it's over.
Oh my God, I'm gonna be unbearable.
It's going to be the most ignorant podcast ever.
Yeah, but it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen, and it's still going to be ignorant.
Yeah, Ben Harlow, thanks for joining, man.
Maybe we get a Christmas wish. Maybe we're gonna ask Santa Claus to give us a win for Christmas.
All I want for Christmas is a win. It's funny, you guys are starting to see all the Christmas stuff get pushed out. It started getting pushed out before Thanksgiving. I don't know if you started seeing all that stuff, but there was.
I saw Halloween stuff in the stores in June and July. Okay.
Yeah. Well, there was consumer analytics studies that because of people are just down on their luck and salaries aren't as good and inflation and all that stuff, that there was a reason they started pushing Christmas stuff before Halloween. I went to October 5th or 6th. I went to Home Depot. There was Christmas stuff up already, Christmas trees up. But they said they had to get all the Christmas stuff out.
I want to get a Grinch tree with it
because people weren't going to have money, supposedly. But Ben Harlow says, I think the Commanders will have a defense never seen before with Rivera, a 4-3 defense. I Phil kind of said this the other day. What if the defense comes out and just looks insane and they play their asses off? What is that? What is that going to mean? And what is that going to tell you? There's a lot of what ifs.
It's going to piss me off. That's what it's going to do. It's going to anger me because it means that we could have had this for 4 years now.
Dolphins haven't beat one team with a winning record. Y'all realize that, right?
Yeah, well, we don't have a winning record. So what that means for us?
Not one. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, y'all keep saying, they're going to blow us out. You know what I'm saying? Like, they might blow us out because we suck. But they ain't really beat nobody either. No, they haven't beat anyone.
That doesn't help our chances, I don't think.
It doesn't help our chances. But I'm just saying, it's not like they're great. They're just better than us. You know what I'm saying? And that's just offensively, honestly. The other eye, they got better players on the other side, but what are they doing? Losing games against teams that are good. That's all they do. They don't beat anyone good, bro.
Nobody. Nobody.
No one good. Nobody, baby.
Nobody. Key Sweat gets going.
You're going, but you're in my wheelhouse right now.
Classic.
Okay. I seen Key Sweat live, and it was a terrible experience. He can't sing.
No.
Yeah, songs are great though, but he can't sing. Bro.
Yeah.
But I went to see him when it was like LSG too, like when like Levert was alive and shit, and they had like a little sing off on stage. There was no body touching. Well, I mean, Johnny Gill can sing his ass out too, but no one's touching. There's only two people that sound like Gerald Levert. That's Gerald and Eddie. Gerald and Eddie are the only people that sound like that.
It's funny you bring up Johnny Gill because I was just listening to the New Edition reunion album from '96 the other day. And it was all 6 members of New Edition are on that album.
They're touring again.
Mike, Ralph, and Johnny.
Johnny and Bobby are both on the album.
Ronnie,
They're
Bobby,
in
Ricky,
Vegas.
Mike, is it the one where Bobby Brown smoking a cigarette on the couch, but they act like they try to hide it with the table?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. By the way, the New Edition movie, the series, whatever on VH1 is maybe, if not the best one, definitely close to the best one. It's right up there with the Temptations one.
Yeah.
But Michael Jackson was pretty.
What's crazy about that is that the new guys who were playing New Edition, the actors, went out on tour as New Edition.
Yeah, sang the songs
as well. And in the original New Edition has like a Vegas residency. Like, nuts.
Talk a little bit about the Dolphins. We can try, but
they score a lot of points.
Oh, the girl that sang the duet with Key Sweat, she lives here in Bowling Green. She's from here, bro. Yeah, she's from here, bro.
Me and you. Oh, she sings it so good though. They're such a good compliment to each other.
She is from here, bro.
And let me do it to you. The schedule you talked about, they haven't beat anyone with a winning record. Real quick, we'll just go through for the audio crowd. Athena Cage. They started out there. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're 6-3, not 6-3. Sorry. 8-3 right now, facing us at home in DC. They beat the Chargers 36-34, the Patriots 24-17, the Broncos 70-20, and this is when everyone says they've arrived. The Bills, they lost,
and then they probably went and got stomped by the Bills.
And then they beat the Giants 31-16, which is something we couldn't do. They beat the Panthers 42-21, lost to the Eagles 17-31, beat the Patriots again 31-17. Lost to the Chiefs 14-21.
Also good teams.
Beat the Raiders 20-13, and they beat the Jets 34-13. So 8-3.
How do you only beat the Raiders 20-13? See, that's why I look at them like there's some questionable stuff on here. Like you only
they scored 34 on the Jets defense, which is better than ours.
Wow. Because the Jets offense is terrible.
Ours is too, I guess. How many points we scored the last couple games?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
that's true.
Rolling.
Well, looking at their numbers from the get, they have the number 2 scoring offense in the NFL and the number 1 yardage offense in the NFL. So we know the offense is explosive.
We have a pretty good yardage offense, I think, on the pass.
You know what's going to happen. Their defense, 23rd in the league points allowed, 7th in total yardage. So
better than ours.
Yeah.
They're not so great in terms of points allowed, though.
Make this a little bigger here. Just to breeze through here, some of the players. We know the quarterback's Tua. He's stayed healthy. He's played in all 11 games. No wobbly concussions this year, unlike last year. 22 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 3,177 yards. Very accurate, 69.8. But it's kind of nice when you have a cheat code named Tyreek Hill. Like,
he definitely makes a quarterback in his 4th year look a lot better.
You remember when we had Deshaun Jackson in his prime? I mean, he helped Kirk Cousins out so much. The dude was always open. I'm not saying you can't compare Tyreek to Deshaun. When Kirk was flustered, if he knew the pressure was coming, he knew he could always just throw it. Get it. Oh, nice. I wish we had a Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
I don't know what the closest thing we've ever had to Tyreek Hill might be Deshaun, but for running back wise, Raheem Mostert, 785 yards, 13 touchdowns, and Devon Achane, excuse me. I had him on my fantasy team early on. He was killing it, and then he got injured. But he should be back, I believe.
Who has more yards rushing, that guy or Robinson?
Oh, Robinson, for sure. I know that. Moving over to we'll go by yardage. Tyreek Hill, 88 receptions, 1,324 yards, 10 touchdowns. Jalen Waddle's no slouch, 52 receptions, 691 yards, 3 touchdowns. But Tyreek is the touchdown magnet for the passing game. Everyone, it's just spread out everywhere else after that. So on the defensive side, they have a couple interceptions. Jalen Ramsey's a good quarterback.
Well, I was going to say
it's Jalen Ramsey. Jalen's solid.
6.5. Bradley Chubb has 6. Christian Watkins has 6.5. They can get to the quarterback.
Yeah.
They can get to the quarterback a little bit. How many total sacks they have for the year? Should be at the bottom there.
38. 38 sacks.
And they only allowed 18. That's a big one.
So they have 3 guys with 6, 2 guys with 6.5, Jalen Phillips, Christian Wilkins, and then old Bradley Chubb. We used to have 2 guys with 6, but so yeah, that's what we're looking at against the Eagles statistically. Ben Harlow said, I met Keith Sweat at the Dallas airport. I wanted to say nobody, but I stopped myself.
Man, I saw Master P at
you just looked at that man.
So Master
P music got me twisted.
College, man. And man, I ain't gonna lie, I was a little starstruck. I didn't speak to him. He walked right, like literally, he said, "What's up, little man?" Kept moving. Little man, that shows you how small it was.
Yeah.
He walked right by me. Dapped me up and everything. Said, "What's up, little man?" And kept walking, man.
I saw Jason Campbell at Dave & Buster's in Rockville. He was with his girl. I was trying not to bother him. I just kind of gawked from afar. I wanted to go, but I didn't bother him. I did feel starstruck, but he was just trying to play some games. He was just those two by themselves. I was like, man, do NFL players just come out and by themselves, no security? I mean, I don't know.
That's like I met Stone Cold Steve Austin on an airplane. If you want to talk about me, somebody, and it's funny because I was the whole time like, that can't be him. Why would he be here? It was actually we were flying out to Dallas to get a connecting flight to California. He was flying back home after taping a SmackDown, and he was still married to Deborah McMichael at the time. She was on the plane. She's tiny, like, because she wears like 8-inch heels or whatever on TV. She looks so much taller. But in real life, you're like, oh, you're small. Your titties are huge, but you're small. Yeah, that one was a little bit like, you're a pretty big dude. Like, I was 6'1", about 210 at the time. I was in good shape. Yeah. I'm like, you're about 40 pounds of pure muscle ahead of me there, buddy.
Yeah.
Although
bald and bearded.
The most intimidating one, I did also, the other pro wrestler I met out in public was Dave Bautista, who is legit 6'4", 6'5", maybe even taller. At the time, he was probably about his biggest because he's from DC.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. He used to train at the Gold's Gym in Springfield. My buddy worked there. And he's like, you need to get up here. So, you know, he was
maybe he's a Washington fan.
Right, Rey Mysterio and Kevin Nash. I seen them in a strip club at Godfather's in Louisville.
I believe that.
One time. Yeah, no doubt.
If you say wrestler at a strip club, I believe it.
Yeah. They was throwing all kinds of little money, man. Rey Mysterio and he had his hat on, he had his mask on, which I thought was weird. Only reason I knew it was him, he had his mask on. And
extra.
And fucking
yo. What is Ben Harlow on right here?
Jason Campbell is nobody. Hey, Rivers Reese, thanks for joining us from Facebook, man. We appreciate you.
Jason Campbell looked like one of them goons on Double Dragon, bro.
Jason Campbell
got his hair's too proper. Yeah. He's got that thing lined up beautifully.
He does.
Ben said, did y'all hear about the internal conversation Eric Bieniemy and Brian Robinson have ongoing? Eric tells B-Rob he's a receiver now, so watch for 10 screens and checkdowns with the game on Sunday. I must have missed that if that was in the news.
What? Well, it's not like not like Bieniemy hands the ball off frequently, so why not, right?
Right. There you go. Twisted over you. There you go. Thomas Millen said, I hate games for this. For us, it's almost like it's almost like when we least they're the best when we least expect it. Not that I expect it regardless. I mean, I expect them to win in a possible scenario. Yeah. I don't know. Joe Harris from Facebook, what's up? Says, what's up with the Native American group suing Washington because of the name change? That came and gone already. Yeah, there's some talk coming back again. I don't know if you saw the Josh Harris quote.
Native American group. They're a bunch of white people claiming to be Native American guardians. None of them were Native American.
Nagas. We're gonna sue you because you changed your name and we want you to change your name back. You want me to do what with my own business? Change my name back? I'm gonna do what I want. Yeah. I paid $6 million for this. I'm gonna call it the Washington Dog Turds.
Fast Blacks.
And you're not gonna say anything about it. So yeah.
Washington Fast Blacks. Fine.
Yeah. And just a reminder, you can catch this podcast anywhere on your audio platforms. It'll be out as soon as the show's over, it'll be wrapped up on Spotify, Apple, and iHeart and all the other audio platforms. And if you're watching this from Facebook, before you leave, just roll on over to YouTube and hit that like button for us. We would greatly appreciate that. Much love to everybody.
Greatly.
Yeah, Ben Harlow said he believes that conversation was before practice. He believes.
Well, I mean, I'm lost. What conversation are you talking to?
Apparently, Bieniemy told Brian Robinson, "You're a receiver now." Basically, that we don't run the ball around here. We just throw it. So you're going to be getting a lot of checkdowns and screens
and these parts. We don't run the ball in these parts.
Basically, Eric Bieniemy is just like, oh, hey, you know, that run game that actually works when we try it, I'm just not going to do it at all. We're just going to throw the ball. I mean, Sam Howell's going to get 60 attempts a game at this point. And then, 60 attempts leads to greater opportunities for shit to go wrong. So when he makes one mistake, here come the people with the pick and choose analytics to say, we should draft another quarterback. And if it doesn't work, you draft another quarterback. And if it doesn't work, you draft another quarterback. Because that's what the Eagles did. Now, of course, we picked the exception, not the rule. But hey,
there is some logic. And Sam, not counting Sam, if you don't have a quarterback, you keep swinging for the fences till you do. I don't think we're in that boat, but you need to do that.
Yeah,
and I think we
have a
did
quarterback.
That. We do.
So,
I agree. If Sam bombed, I would be saying,
if Sam
the quarterback,
played like Taylor Heineke, you get another quarterback, but he didn't. He's played
it's what Ron should have did the first 3 years. Just swing for the fences every year till you have one, and then once you have one, you're good. Going back to what Joe said, Josh Harris was asked if the Commanders will be the team's name long term, and I quote, "I know that's a topic people in Washington want to talk about. We're focusing on the things that are really important right now." So that's not important for him right now.
You know what that is?
I
said this on Twitter in a response. In fact,
it's just a polite way of saying
that in the retweets, you'll probably see a response from me where I said, "This is." If you can find that, pull that up, because I pretty much explained exactly what this really means. But I'll tell you here what it means when he says that is, I'm going to keep kicking this can down the road until people shut up about it. And then we just won't talk about it anymore. We only respond because people ask. When people stop asking, we're going to stop responding. But when we do respond, it's always going to be, that's not important right now, but we may discuss that in the future. Basically, kicking it down the road till you shut up.
We'll get to that. That's what it is essentially. But it's just like, shut up. We don't care. It's not changing. I know there were some probably not promise, but hot off the press about an hour ago. So the Rails family. So we know we have Josh Harris, Mitchell Rails, and Magic Johnson. I guess the Pacers. No, this could be nothing. Nikki Javala is thinking that there's going to be more ownership stake in potentially more ownership stake in the Commanders coming from the Pacers. But I don't know. We'll cross that bridge.
Indiana Pacers?
Yes.
Can we get some trades sent over to the Wizards in the process?
Oh, no. All she was saying was, I'm sorry. The Rails family is now a investor and part owner in the Pacers. Sorry, I butchered that.
Oh, okay.
So Harris now owns the Sixers and the Commanders. Mitchell Rails, which must be either his brother or son, is now a 20% owner in the Pacers. So take that.
Relative to an NFL franchise, owning an NBA franchise, to get a partial ownership in that tends to be a lot cheaper. It is. They don't have the value.
Yeah.
But just, why not?
They got fuck you money. That's right. I need some money.
I mean, how do you make money? You invest money to make money. The more money you have to invest, likely you have to make money.
Yeah, and I was gonna say it, but Ben Harlow beat me to it. Said Mark Cuban sold some of his stake in the Mavericks. He still has a controlling interest.
He sold out of the major stake. He's trying to sell the controlling stake.
Yeah, he still maintains full control, it says.
He's trying to sell
that. He's going to be majority owner. That's the funny part.
Yeah. Or will still run basketball operations, I think.
He's going to run basketball operations, but he's selling his entire ownership stake in the team.
Yeah, which is crazy.
That's crazy. $3.5 billion. It's basically 60% of what it would cost to own this team. You can own the Dallas Mavericks, who have been a much more successful franchise over the past 30 years. Now, if that doesn't tell you something about NFL franchise value versus NBA franchise value, I don't know what does.
You too can own a franchise.
Which is $3.5 billion. Which is more than the gross national product, domestic product of countries like Sri Lanka.
Sorry, sold to that what the largest casino owning woman in the world. I think she's already bought the Mavs thing. I think they just waiting for litigation.
Daughter of the guy who runs Sheldon Adelson's daughter is the one who's buying it. Sheldon Adelson is stupid rich. He owns multiple. He has a casino empire. Right.
They're trying to get I think legalized gambling is going to happen in Texas by January, right? They're thinking. Because Mark Cuban is going into casinos. That's what he's leaving for. So
that's why he sold to the Adelsons.
Yeah. That's what he's doing. He's going to open a casino.
Casinos are a booming business.
Yeah. Dallas doesn't have any. Dallas doesn't have any, by the way. It's illegal there. But I think January or early next year it's illegal.
I actually went to my first trip to a casino last month.
Ever? Really?
Yeah. I know.
Was it like a slot casino or a real where you play cards?
At Charlestown 15 years ago, like I had no interest in going to the racetrack. But then it was just like,
yeah.
Do I really want to? Like, I've had to just go to Vegas. That's never have. So I went to go see this guy behind me here, Craig Ferguson, at the casino in Charlestown. He had the event center there. And so I was like, well, while I'm here, I'll play some roulette and played some slots and stuff like that and had a good old time. And, I only came out of there $60 poorer than I walked in. So I'm not complaining.
Man, if you go to the booth, they usually give you a bunch of free shit to play too your first time there, man.
Sometimes they'll comp you for some.
I didn't know that.
It's not every time though. It's not.
Man, every time I go, like if you go to one you've never been to, they always give you you can even get a free room a lot of the time. But but
you have to sign up. You have to sign up for their rewards or VIP program because they have no idea.
That's free. That's free. That's what I'm saying.
Penn Live. It's Penn Live rewards.
Yeah, they give you a little card, you put in the little slot machines or whatever table you at, and then it scans it, gives you like points for playing.
Yeah, it's fun. I like playing.
And you go in there, you can cash those points out for real money. I do all the time down here. I go to the casino down here, not all the time, but about once every 3 or 4 months I'll run in there.
Right.
$50 or something. Birthday, they give you about $100.
Really?
My birthday's next month, so
hey, January, go on your birthday, man. As soon as you scan your rewards card, they'll tell you.
I'm going to have to make that a thing.
Bang, let's go.
Bang, bang. I'm trying to pull up I'll talk about it in a second, but the Commanders ended up hiring another coach. So as you know, Jack Del Rio's gone. They hired Jim Salgado. You say that fast enough.
Salgado.
It's a little questionable. For the remainder of the season to help our defensive backs coach defensive backs. He said he spent the 2023 season as the cornerbacks coach for Michigan State, but spent the previous 6 years with the Buffalo Bills under Sean McDermott and Leslie Frazier. So there we go. We have a new coach on the team. I'm not sure what that's going to mean. I'm not sure it's going to help cover Tyreek Hill at all, but it is what it is. Let's talk about injury report real quick. I got to pull it up here in a second. The Dolphins have a crazy injury report. Here we go. Of course,
it doesn't matter.
It's this super tiny font because apparently that seems to be like the cool thing to do. Almost like I can't even show it, man. What are they doing here? What are they doing? All right, I'm going to show it here. Here is the injury report for those who would like to see it. The Dolphins are playing what's it called? Bill Belichick version of the injury report. So look at all of these people on the injury report. I'm not even going to read all the names. It's just so many. Just know that it's a lot of people. Right now, the only 2 people that didn't play are safety Javon Holland with the knee and tackle Kendall Lamb didn't practice. So they don't have status updates for the remainder of the week. We'll find out tomorrow. Everyone else is limited. There's a bunch of people on there. Bradley Chubb, Chase Claypool, Tyreek Hill, Mostert, Tua had a cut on his right arm, but he's full. For us, Emmanuel Forbes didn't practice today. James Smith-Williams didn't practice today. I got a feeling they're both going to be out, but we'll see. Alex Armour is limited and Tyler Larson was limited. So there's your injury report. And we lost Mr. Phil. Phil.
Where'd you go?
Where'd you go?
Ricky! Nah.
Come back, Phil.
Remember Ricky got shot on Boys in the Hood?
Oh man, tough times.
It was.
It was tough times. We need Phil's calling. If you're a Miles Morales fan, you should know. I guess he's not here. He must be on. He must be.
The Miles Morales trouble is on the way. Alert.
That was the Prowler. I was Uncle Aaron.
Did you watch the Spider-Verse 2? Did you watch the second one?
I did. It was a lot going on. And I watched it. I think I watched it 3 times. And each time I watched it, it got better.
Yeah, it's great.
The first time I watched it in the theater, I missed a lot. So I'm just I was like confused. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. And this next time I watched it the second time, and then the third time, I was like, man, that was a really good movie.
There's a lot of good animated movies out. Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, pretty good. I don't like the story, but I'm old school. But I'm the Boy and the Heron is coming out this month. If you haven't seen that, look at the casting of those voice actors. Man, it's a oh my god list. And that's Mizusaki. The guy did Howl's Moving Castle, Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke. Every movie he puts out is like a bona fide legendary hit, and this is his last movie. So he's getting up there in age and shit. It's kind of passing down his kids. So I'm kind of hoping to see how this works out. I go to Ghibli Fest too, man, when they have that. So I'm a big, as you can tell by my tattoos, I got Princess Mononoke over here.
No idea what that stuff is.
Spirited Away on here. I got some Mizusaki art on my arm. So
Phil's back.
That's
the first time I've seen a blue screen of death in like a decade.
We're killing time talking about some good animated movies coming out that are cartoons.
Yeah. Yes. Because apparently the Commanders play the Dolphins this weekend, if you don't know that already.
Yeah, we don't give a shit about that because they're going to lose.
Just in case you don't know that. Yeah. I mean, we could always talk about Taylor Heineke if you want.
What?
Why?
He's back on the bench. Not playing.
Where he belongs.
Yeah. He's Rudy, man. Let him be a great backup quarterback.
Go back to where you belong, boy.
Wasn't even a great backup defensive end who played corner. That was the other thing I hated about that movie, by the way. I'm going to tell you what my beef is that movie, right? He was a corner, right? Coming out of high school.
What movie?
Rudy.
He was also offsides, by the way, on that sack. So, you know.
We go back and review it.
He got a sack like playing defensive end.
Yeah. Corner blitz. How about that? It's called a corner blitz.
Yeah,
although he had his hand in the dirt. So he did have his hand in the dirt. Yes. He sure did.
Yeah, I like how he went out there act like he didn't know how to play football, even though he played like 4 years of college and 4 years of high school before. You know,
I mean, Phil was trying to say that Rudy's technique was better than Chase Young's. That's what Phil was really trying to say. Man. That's messed up, Phil.
It is, dude.
That's messed up, Phil. Don't say that.
When did these words get put in my mouth?
I like watching that movie, but every time I watch a movie like that, I always have to look at the old beaten down, downtrodden black guy with the sage advice for this young, successful white guy.
Oh, Rock?
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm going to mop this floor and give you life lessons that I didn't apply in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some bullshit. It's just crazy.
Actually, you ever have people to give you advice like that? You just kind of look at them like, bro, I know. Look where you are.
Thanks for joining us. Make sure you guys go check out Urban Sports Scene. And those guys are always broadcasting live from Urban Sports Scene. They're doing big things, I believe. They're down in Richmond. Don't quote me. I'm sorry if I messed that up, but they're on 1340 AM Fox Sports, also under Empire Media, which is Bram Weinstein's media program. So appreciate you checking in. We'll appreciate you. Any particular matchups y'all looking for? This is going to be a shit show regardless. So,
I want to see. I am interested to see
everyone on Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, anyone on Tyreek Hill.
What
I don't want to see.
Schemes they employ to try to mitigate Tyreek Hill.
I'll tell you the skill they're going to employ. It's going to be called throw it as deep as you can to try to match their points. That's what they're going to try to do. Miami's defense isn't that good either. So, I guess it's possible.
I mean,
we have very capable receivers.
You don't. I guess you could see. I guess we could say the matchup that I really want to see is Tyreek Hill versus DJ Moore's stat line against us. Does Tyreek Hill have a better game?
Who has more yards, man? Tua or Hal? That's actually
I'm pretty sure it's
question.
How I'll pull it up. I'll find out.
No, I know who has more yards total. I'm saying who has more yards this game.
Oh, hypothetical. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Hal has a good chance. So Hal is they're really good in between the 20s.
Yeah.
They can move the ball. They can put up a lot of yardage. It just doesn't always equate in points, which is all for nothing at the end of the day. But
yeah, let's see who puts the most yards.
It really depends. It really does. That is a good question.
Yes. That's a fair question, which Hal has a chance to have more. Now, points.
Says that he wants to see what Ron Rivera looks like calling plays. It will be interesting.
Yeah.
I am interested to see. I am curious to see what happens. I mean, we don't have anything to go on. All I could go on is that it's the same shit we've done before. And you know what? If it's different, then hey, great. And then Brian Elias says the Commanders win if Jesus of Nazareth sends Sean Taylor back down for one game. You could send back Sean Taylor imbued with the power of Jesus, Allah, Yahweh, Jehovah, and we still probably gonna lose by 30. But
and he let Lazarus out after 4 days. I mean, he can do it for Sean St. Taylor,
thinking about your question now, Dev, I think it's going to be Hal. And
because he's going to throw 50 times?
No. Because I don't think the Dolphins are going to have to throw a billion. Well, the Dolphins won't have to throw a billion times. They're probably going to stop them. They're going to be doing that though. Well, not when they scored 70 points, but I think they're just going to be efficient. They're going to score on almost every drive, and it's just going to be 60 yards. 40 yards.
Throw it on us just to rack up the stats.
50 yards. I mean, McDaniel's
going to go and try to get Tua paid by, go out there and get the 500 yards.
Yeah.
And Raheem Mostert's going to complain because he doesn't ever get to touch the ball anymore.
Yeah. They're just going to come out everywhere, all over us.
It's going to be definitely a touchdown Bukaki party, man.
You get a touchdown. You get a
spreading that ball around like any aircraft fire.
We're going to spread them balls around like
balls.
Rivers Reese says our D might do better because I think Ron will simplify for multiple reasons. He did say that. We talked about that on Monday, that Ron said he was going to make it easier for his players to play faster.
Is it I would love to talk to him and find out what he means by that.
So are you saying that Jack made it difficult for your players to play faster? And basically it sounded like they had to think too much and not just react and play. That's how I took that quote. I don't know about you.
That's what I feel like this is the end of Hustle and Flow where she was like, I'm in control. I feel like that's what is going on in the locker room.
She's in the car trying to get his mixtape.
I'm in control. When Jack the Riz leaving the locker room, hey, I gotta go. You in control. You gotta handle it.
But is it?
But what's the equivalent of her taking that demo tape?
Is he simplifying maybe the communication?
I don't know.
Because that seemed to always be the biggest problem. I didn't have. Here's everybody talks about with these dinosaur schemes and all that. Man, a 5-1 defense is not a dinosaur scheme. You don't see that very often. Right? You never see that. 4-4-2 nickels and all that. That's all modern shit. A hybrid linebacker safety. That's all modern shit. What I always wondered was, I always felt that there had to be a communication issue between the players. I don't know if it was a complication in terms of that, but it always just seems like nobody was out there talking to each other. Nobody seemed to be sure what they were doing. So I don't think we were running if you're running some like old dinosaur scheme, those are usually really simple relative to the modern NFL defense.
Well, you kind of formation maybe didn't change at all. I mean, no rush 4, and then whatever else happens behind you. maybe that's what they were saying was too complex. But we rarely blitzed. But when we blitzed, they were kind of effective. He just never did it. It wasn't enough.
Because blitzing, you don't think, you just do.
Mel had to give his life blitzing.
I mean, and when Jamin blitzes, he's pretty successful.
Yeah.
They never send him.
All of our linebackers do well when they're not moving laterally.
When they don't have to play linebacker.
Sacks.
Great when they don't
was like killing it.
If we just went jailbreak every play, like our players would know what they were doing.
Yeah.
Rush to quarterback.
To the balls in the air, then they don't know what the fuck's going on at all.
Well, that's where communication comes into play. Because it always seemed like the defensive backs didn't communicate, and somebody was always left wide open.
Hey, I know we were talking about hustling the flow earlier. I feel like that Ron Rivera had to go up in, Harris's office, man. Like, old girl did when she had to go get that microphone. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, I need you go in there and get that mic. Don't come out of there.
Who's Skinny Pete? Don't know yet.
Skinny Pete would be. That's Skinny Pete is definitely Forbes. It's definitely Forbes. Skinny Pete. And now a new nickname has been made, dog. Skinny Pete is now Forbes. That's now your name, Skinny Pete.
Skinny.
Push
Skinny
that
Pete.
shit.
Skinny Pete. Oh
Skinny
man.
Pete, he ain't even playing this game this game.
No, I don't know what his injury is. We just looked at the injury report, but
wrist or something.
I don't remember what it actually is. I do want to show one other thing. So there's a new database that's been formed. It's called the Tank Watch.
God dang.
I mean, it just shows where all the teams are for the NFL.
Oh, I thought it was the big booty girls or something.
Nah.
Should be Tank Watch.
Tank Watch. Womp womp. All right, here we go. So right now it's still Carolina, Arizona at 2, New England at 3, Chicago at 4, Washington at 5, Giants at 6. So
we'll be at 4 Monday. So.
Because I'm shocked that why? Oh, because of strength of schedule. I was gonna say, why does Chicago beat us and we have the same record? But it says strength of schedule must be the tiebreaker. But I don't know how you determine that. It is kind of.
I think they just got it wrong, bro. I think they just got it wrong.
Yeah. I mean, the Giants probably finished with a better record.
It is, and I think that's stupid because it's basically what it's saying is that.
But you finished last year.
It's based upon this year. So basically, what it's saying is that you had
teams you played.
You both had bad records, but they had a bad record against better competition. So the team that sucked equally against worse competition, they should have had better records. They played worse competition, so they get a higher draft pick.
They beat us. That's some bullshit. I think they got it wrong. I think this is just a bad list.
Yeah.
That's how the draft order works. Because I remember asking the same question before. I thought that when Chicago beat the Vikings, I was like, oh, crap, we moved into the 4th spot. No.
It's bullshit, Mr. Handman. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
That's bullshit, Mr. Handman. On a couple other things before we go into predictions here. London Fletcher, semifinalist for the Modern Era Pro Football Hall of Fame, which is kind of cool. I don't know if he's going to get the Joe Jacoby treatment. Could be, but
I don't know. I mean, it depends. Monday, if they want to vote in London Fletcher, the linebacker for the Bills and the Rams, that he might get in. Now, London Flechter,
the Redskin,
may not get in.
Phil's throwing shots.
Flechter. I'm throwing shots at the Bruce Allen era. When they put,
I remember in the stadium, right? When
London Flechter,
yeah,
Flechter. You can't even spell the man's name.
One job.
And Fletcher's not even an uncommon name.
It's not
Flechter.
Yeah, they like it's Kronecker or anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not like it's my last name.
Yeah, it's not Kronecker.
I posted. I'll pull it up here in a second. So if Brian Urlacher made it recently, and I don't think Brian Urlacher was good. Don't get me wrong, but he's right up there with, he's not that much better than
Fletcher is
It's not.
is right there with the Ray Lewises and the Brian Urlachers and all that. He really is, statistically speaking.
There you go. Look at this. There's the numbers. Deb, who would you rather have on your team with those numbers?
Both.
Who had a better career when you just look at those numbers right there?
I'm gonna go with the first option because they played 256 games to start 240.
There you go. Started 60 more games than that person. Now, granted, still finished with 2.5 less sacks, but had 340 more tackles, solo tackles, one more interception,
almost double
19 forced fumbles.
Tackles.
But
I feel like this is Ray Lewis
availability. So the top one is London Fletcher. The bottom one is Brian Urlacher, who just got in comparable. Yeah.
Ray Lewis and Fletcher are comparable. They almost got the same exact stat line.
Yeah, there has to be something for the Iron Man status. Like, how is that not a factor?
I tell you what's not comparable is Fletcher got a Super Bowl.
He doesn't. No, he doesn't. And he's not on.
Yeah, he does.
Fletcher has a ring. Fletcher has a Super Bowl. Urlacher does not. Fletcher has a ring with the Rams.
Yeah.
He's just
he's the best on that defense.
He gets a national media gig, he'll get in and watch. But he's not national media either. Yeah. Rivers says we should have played jailbreak when we had Chase and just let him move around and go wherever he wanted. That's what I was saying. Myles Garrett, he lines up as defensive end on the left side. On the right side, he lines up at nose tackle. He lines up at defensive tackle. He'll drop back into middle linebacker. They put that dude everywhere.
That's what the 49ers do. He don't get no sacks.
Everywhere. You could have did that with Chase. If you would have trained him, I think he was athletic enough to be able to do that. It's not fair. Not fair. Marcus says, Commanders got too much chance, got about as much chance to win as me marrying Molly Karam or Joy Taylor.
Man, I don't know which one I like. I ain't gonna lie, Molly or Joy. Woo. Man, I feel like I bring Molly on the mom, but Joy.
All right. Before we go into predictions here.
Deb, you strike me as a Lori Harvey kind of guy.
Nah, I'm not really with the Lori Harvey.
Let's look up let's see what the whole point spread is here. It was 9.5 earlier. Let's see what it's sitting at as of right now for Sunday. 9.5 still. So the Dolphins are favored by 9.5, over under 49.5. So that being said, we got Marcus first in the shoot, 28-14, Miami. I feel like Miami's going to score more points than that.
Yeah, I'm going 35 to 20, 42-28. Miami.
That's really your score?
Yeah, 42-28. I think we
42-28.
Yeah, I think we score. I think their defense isn't good. We score. Like the Eagles' defense isn't good. We score. We lost.
One more factor. We said the spread was 9.5. I do want to pull this up because I heard rumblings at work today when I heard my coworkers talking about the weekend that it might rain on Sunday. So Sunday, 57 degrees, winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, chance of rain 60%. So I don't know 60%.
Like storms or just showers?
It just says chance of not storms. It just says chance of rain 60%. So who knows what that means? I don't think it'll affect
not
that
be
much.
Anywhere near here on Sunday. So
we need to get a dome, bro.
We do need to get a dome. Dome. Well, Dev, you already said your score prediction, 42-28. Is there any? How does this team win this game? How does the Commanders win this game? The answer could be they don't, and there's no way.
Get lucky, hurt Tua. That's how they win.
You know
hurt
what?
Tua. What's the name? Locks himself in the bath, the airplane bath room. Tyreek Hill.
A couple tip balls land in our hands.
Waddle gets stick
run back for touchdowns or something like that. You know that
their backup quarterback is Mike White.
Daniels finds out he has a side chick pregnant and she's having a baby right as the game starts. Like all that has to happen, bro. Like you know, what I'm saying?
I think we need the Tyreek Hill.
Conceivable break has to go our way.
Right.
Every bad call has to go in our favor. Every tip ball has to land in one of our players' hands. Every time someone gets a hand on Tua as he's escaping the pocket, they manage to trip him up and bring him down. Like everything that just kind of like slips out of our grasp doesn't. That's how we win this game. That's the only way we win. We just have to play the absolute perfect game, and the Dolphins don't even come close.
I don't think we have to play a perfect game, but we definitely have to play.
Not with their capability to score points. Because it's really, here's the thing. If we could hold them, I'd have more faith. A lot of my prediction is just based off the fact that we're going to have to go so one-dimensional, so quick, so early, and they're just going to sit back on it and stop it. That being said,
good, man.
That being said, my score prediction is 55-21.
Oh, goo. 55 what?
21 Dolphins.
21.
55-21.
Wow, Phil. That's pretty good.
And it'll be like 35-21 or something like that, 34-21. It'll be like, all right. It's middle of the third quarter. It's been a high-scoring game, but hey, just a couple breaks. We're going to get into it, and it's just like touchdown. It's gonna be like the Dallas game. It's gonna be within reason until the fourth quarter, and then the defense is gonna just absolutely just make a mess of themselves. They're gonna crap the bed, and it's gonna be awful.
Ryan has this. I'm not sure if Ryan's talking about the 1982 through 2014 Dolphins, or your score is actually 82-14 Dolphins. So
I think he says 82-14 Dolphins.
I'm gonna go 40-23. I think they're going to destroy the over. Huh?
Infinity to 7.
Infinity to 7.
We're going to open a black hole in the end zone on the other.
They're going to score. They're going to score so much that the commercial breaks are going to cause the game. After the commercial breaks after every touchdown are going to cause the game to last till Tuesday.
Right, it's going to break space-time continuum.
We will come onto this podcast and it'll still be the third quarter.
Tyreek Hill will be 30 years old by the time the game's over with. He'll get tired of, so he'll age that much from running to the end zone.
Rivers Reese has 34-14 Miami. I'm logging the score. So far we got Marcus with 28-14 Miami, Ryan with 82-14 Miami, Dev with 42-28 Miami, Phil 55-21 Miami. I got 40-23 Miami. Rivers has 34-14 Miami. So I think we're all pretty reasonable. We're not that far off. So yeah, I think we're all in a good spot here. So yeah.
Watch us win,
man. Or
that's the craziest thing, and that's why I said that'd be such a Washington thing for us.
We're gonna win enough games where we get picked number 9.
That's what I thought we were gonna do.
Dallas
versus Cowboys.
Yeah,
like, no. Gonna do to go get skunked, and then
what's gonna piss me off is that we're gonna end up having another Eagles game. It'll be like 34-31.
And they're going to play them down to the wire. And they'll be like, where is this team at? Where is this team at?
Well, Miami hasn't beat anybody good out here, so us being a game should be a surprise.
I'm going to say this now. If we hold Miami to under 27 points,
victory,
I'm going to be really mad that Ron did not take control of this defense sooner.
And that will just show that you probably should have made that cut a little earlier, like you just said. Why didn't you? If the answer is right in front of your face, or if you saw that the defense was too complex and the players couldn't play fast, Mr. Defensive Head Coach, why not talk to your coach earlier in the year? Hey,
who's to say he did?
Hey, Jack, the defense is a little too complicated. I think it is. I really do.
Who is to say he didn't?
And Jack was like,
"Fuck you, Ron." Coordinate because Jack Del Rio is a former head coach in this league. Jack was probably like,
I got it.
Fight these.
Yeah, hey, we know he says that. He likes that statement. So,
which is still my header on Twitter.
Fight these. It was good. It was a good clap back. I appreciated it when it happened. Good clap. I
like Jack Del Rio because at least here's the thing. You may not like his politics. That's fine. Whatever.
It's football, though. I don't care about politics. Not worry about it.
I like the fact that Jack Del Rio does not give you a politically correct answer. Like Ron's really good at giving you the no answer to an answer.
Yeah,
giving you an
politician.
answer, giving you an answer
corrector.
that's so ambiguous that people will run with it in the wildest ways because it's so open to interpretation. You know where you stand when Jack Del Rio speaks. Like, he's like, this guy's good, and this guy needs to get his head out of his ass, and you can bite these. I like that. I like that level of honesty. I respect it, no matter who you are, because it's so rare.
Yeah.
In this
day, with a little bit of redneck in there, a little bit of far right in there when it's time to, boy, get back here and guard.
I won't say what's funny is that you
get
never
back and guard Tyreek, boy.
You never heard the players on that. You never heard.
Try that in a small town, boy. Try that in a small team, boy.
But you never heard the players publicly complain about Del Rio. You've heard them complain about other guys. You've never heard the players on defense publicly complain about Del Rio. In fact, Jamin and Duran and several others have defended him. So they like him.
Maybe they were afraid of him.
Yeah.
I mean, Del Rio.
Michael Jackson defended Joe Jackson.
NFL linebacker.
You defend your abuser because you don't know better.
That's right.
God, that's why I'm on this podcast twice a week, defending my abuser.
We don't know any better.
Commanders.
That will piss me off because when he said I've been thinking it for a few weeks, why not change them? We had a chance. Yeah, exactly. That's what I think we were trying to say. I mean,
I think Ron is the kind of guy that he doesn't want to make such a drastic change just for it to blow up in his face. He wants to make it when he realizes that we have no other choice, which is a conservative approach to it. Yeah. But a lot of coaches take very conservative approaches and have been successful with it.
Dev, you know who they're really afraid of, though? Who? Is this guy. Jeff Zagania. I mean, when your coach is bigger than all of the linemen, dude, he's massive. He's insane.
Hold up.
Huge.
You no longer have to play. You don't have to worry about being in game condition. You can just go hit that weight room.
You can do HGH too because ain't no testing coaches.
And clearly, Ryan Kerrigan has chosen not to. Have you seen how skinny Ryan is? Ryan's going back to his. There's a lot of pressure for these guys to eat and train. You've seen some of these guys fall off.
Some guys bulk naturally. Some need to do it. I think Ryan Kerrigan he had to put on bulk. It's like I was watching. I watch a lot of classic boxing on YouTube, right? And I was watching the Larry Holmes Michael Spinks fight, the first one from 1985, and they did a profile on Spinks, who had to move from light heavyweight to heavyweight. And his training program was controversial because it's very modern. It's how a lot of people train now for sports, but they didn't do it back in the 80s. He did a lot of interval training, and instead of his usual 1,800 calorie diet during training to get him to cut weight, since he had to build weight, they put him on a 4,500 calorie a day diet, and they tracked everything.
That ain't shit.
Hold on. Well, it ain't shit when you're eating McDonald's, but when it's 4,500 calories and it's all lean,
lean protein, that's a lot of food.
Yeah, and it's certain, and it's like you have a certain percentage of protein of your calories are protein, a certain percentage of calories are fat, certain percentage of calories are carbohydrates.
Eat out oatmeal.
And
in college,
you gotta think this is 1980 something. You didn't have the internet. Hell, they didn't even have the nutrition labels back then.
They had Tony Little in them little ass shorts, confusing the hell out of straight men.
Tony Little.
I turned the TV one time too fast, and I was like, "God damn, look at this girl's ass!" And it's Tony Little, man. It messed me up, bro.
I was watching
Lady Boy.
They're all talking about how this is so controversial, and you wouldn't train like this, blah blah blah. And I'm like, every athlete trains like that right now.
Yeah,
they train.
It didn't help because a 19-year-old Mike Tyson whooped Spinks' ass. It didn't help him.
Yeah, well, that's because Mike Tyson's a freak of nature. Hold on. A Kevin Rooney trained Mike Tyson beat his ass.
Yeah.
Yep.
He left Kevin Rooney. I'm telling you, Mike Tyson left Kevin Rooney. It cemented that he would never become the absolute greatest of all time. Kevin Rooney
probably did that.
No, because Customato passed everything on to Rooney. Rooney was a friend of Tyson's. Don King got in Tyson's ear and says, "You leave this guy. We can get you to bigger and better things. We'll get you all these endorsements." Because Kevin Rooney was the guy who was like, "You'll get your money, but let's focus." Focus.
Like George Washington Duke into Tommy Gunn.
Pretty much, yeah.
Only in America. Touch me and I'll sue. Touch me and I'll
Wellington
sue.
Duke on Big Mouth, right?
Say what?
Wellington Duke on Big Mouth. They make fun. I got a pair together. It's funny. Big Mouth on Nick.
And I don't even hate Don King, but Don King was not right for Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson
in America.
Holy America.
Only in America.
Get up, punk. Get up, punk. You finished and you're done. Sue me for what? That was his reply. People don't like Rocky V, man. I'm a big Rocky V fan. People are like, that movie should never have existed. Some people don't acknowledge Rocky V at all.
It could have been better.
Tommy the Machine Gun was a real boxer. The Duke's nephew, John Wayne. He did pass away from.
It was Tommy Morrison. Yeah, it was Tommy Morrison.
But
that went from AIDS, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Died of AIDS, which is a shame because he was just getting his career back too. Like he got. It was funny. Morrison's career is weird because he fought Ray Mercer. He was beating Mercer, and then like in the 6th round, Mercer unleashes a combination on him that is one of the most brutal things you ever see in your life. Like he's just like Morrison's like leaning on the ropes, like knees bent, almost like he's in a sitting position, and Mercer is just hitting him hook. Like it's just one of the most brutal things you've ever seen. And it took him like 3 years to recover from that. But then he started beating dudes like, he beat Carl the Truth Williams, he beat George Foreman, guys like that. And he was working his way back up, and then,
life
got AIDS.
Don't get AIDS.
Hey, Marcus, that comment you made right there is the reason why I like, unless it's like a bona fide superstar pay-per-view like a Morton Floyd or something like that.
Don't buy it.
But UFC, man, that's why they end up having better tickets, man, because you can see a bunch of shit go down.
Yeah, even the undercards are good.
Right. Every fight's good. And you got to know the name.
They match. They do very good matchmaking. Speaking of boxing, because I watch because when I do cardio at the gym, I'm really upping my cardio. I'm doing like 45 to 60 minutes, 5 days a week after I lift because I'm trying to really cut weight. Down 51 pounds since August 2nd, by the way.
Hey,
cardio don't really lose weight though; it just kills calories. So are you in a calorie deficient?
Deficit.
I mean,
he lost 50 pounds. Of course he is.
That is because I'm burning so much in the gym. That I'm telling you, I'm able to pull my belt all the way around to my hip now. Like I'm able to do that. I couldn't do that before.
Congratulations! Shout out to Phil.
Yeah, I've seen you
50 pounds.
But I've lost 51 pounds since I'm working. I went from offensive lineman weight. I'm trying to get to linebacker weight. So
I lost 40 pounds, but I'm an Ozempic.
I got 49 more pounds to go to get to where I want it, exactly where I want to be. But
I was down nine till Halloween, and then it was just all over from there. And then Thanksgiving, and then now Christmas.
I was good because I worked out Thanksgiving and Black Friday, so I was able to mitigate some of that by actually working out.
I had to get my kids Halloween candy out of the house, so
Did you work out Nigga Tuesday, Steve? Phil?
I work out Monday through Friday every week.
On the Nigga Tuesday deals.
I'm even going to try to find a way to lift while I'm down in Florida this weekend. But
just walk into a gym like a Planet Fitness. Hey, can I pay $10 and use your gym?
My buddy Kurt Cabot, who's been in the chat. That's who I'm going to go visit. He was like, "Yeah, we're going to work out." I'm like, "Cool." I said Friday I do arms, so let's do arms. But I was on the treadmill today. I was watching the first Arturo Gatti Mickey Ward fight. If you've never seen a boxing match, go watch that fight. That is probably still the best boxing match of the 21st century. It is a war, an absolute war, and the momentum shifts back and forth, and you get to see the fact that Arturo Gatti had insane hand speed. And then you see Mickey Ward had the best left hook to the body you've ever seen, and he actually takes Gotti down with a left hook to the liver. That just you see Gotti go down, and you see he's hurting, and he waited until the 9 count to get up because you see him in pain. The second 2 fights are great.
Is it better?
And they all went to a decision. They all went to 10-round decisions. So these 2 went 30 rounds with each other combined. But the first one's the best one because Mickey Ward was a little younger and that was his last best effort. After that, Gotti was still in his prime. Ward was starting to age. They were still great. But the first one, and especially that 9th round, it's art.
Boxing's like horse racing now, man. It only matters like once a year.
True.
Yeah.
It's actually more fun to watch. It's actually more fun to watch the YouTubers box than regular.
Yeah, yes, definitely. I watch all them shits. You know what I'm saying? Every one of them, I don't miss a damn.
That's because nobody in boxing fights more than once a year. Like how many times?
Francis should have beat Tyson Fury, man.
Yeah,
Francis won that. I don't care what anybody say.
Yeah, I had it 95, 94 Fury.
He'll hit you with the scorecard. Bam.
Right. Yeah, then he hit your scorecard and you're like, well, maybe not.
Yeah. Marcus said, best era in boxing, Sugar Ray, Hitman, Marvin Hagler.
I feel like Ali did move up in the weight class.
I still say the 90s heavyweight fighting was better than 70s heavyweight fighting. I know that was great. Sacrilegious to say.
We were in a renaissance era of heavyweight boxing for the 90s.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
It was amazing.
I'm the biggest Lennox Lewis mark in the history of
I like Lennox Lewis, too.
That dude was a monster.
When he got with Emmanuel Stewart, and he stopped trying to be a one-handed fighter, and he was actually a two-handed fighter. Oh my God,
yeah.
I could talk boxing all day long. Like I play Fight Night on the old PlayStation 2.
Boxing 007-353-5963.
I used to kill Sugar Ray Robinson, dog. He want them hands with Sugar Ray Robinson, bro. I was killing with that.
What's up, yeah? And welcome back. We're getting ready to close it out here. We clapping cheeks. We gonna get our cheeks clapped.
We getting clapped.
We're gonna get clapped this weekend. But thank you for popping back in, bro. Appreciate you.
We're not even having an opportunity to give the pushback.
Is bukkake a Japanese word?
You probably have to Google that one.
Ask Alexa.
I don't know the answer to that one. Yeah, I'm real quick.
Hey, Alexa.
We're waiting for bukkake. Here's the score predictions and then give us your score. So Marcus is going 28-14 Miami. These are all Miami, by the way. 28-14. Ryan Elias 82-14. Dev has 42-28. Phil has 55-21. I have 40-23. Rivers Reese has 34-14. The spread's 9.5.
How many yards you think Hill's gonna get?
Hill? I'd say
over under 200.
I'll say under. It's just too easy.
All right, over under 150.
Over.
They can get over 150 yards.
Yeah.
I think he does. I think he gets like 86. 85 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Dude, watch like Braxton Berrios get like 160 yards. He's their version of Wes Welker. Just wait. All right, we got Yam at 34-20.
He'll get it for like off of 16 catches too.
That's 34-20 Washington, right? Just kidding.
He said it. Bukkake is Japanese. They got crazy words like that.
You don't know that already. It's hilarious.
They're not gonna show dick hair, but you know what I'm saying. We'll say bukkake. Show that.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Underwear, vending machine.
No, Washington is not scoring 34.
Yeah, 20. He's got 20. All right. We will be back Monday for a live stream to talk about this game. And as the season continues on and they continue losing, it's just going to get funner and funner talking about things that aren't technically related as much as Washington football. So we had a big dose of some boxing tonight, which is fun. None of us think we're going to win this game. And that's the bottom line. What?
You want to hear some? You want to hear about some non-Redskins stuff on the Redskins podcast or Commanders podcast? You're in the right spot, man.
That's right.
As I said on Twitter, or X as it's now called, when things turn for the worst, turn to us for the best.
I don't know what's that. What the fuck is Yam talking about, bro?
Oyakodon.
Hold on.
Oyakodon.
Japanese sex
You're gonna have to
term
Google that. I'm not gonna Google that
Hold
on
let
this
me
show.
Let me go to incognito for that one.
Is that anything like the Limp Biscuit? Is that like a Limp Biscuit or something?
Oh man.
Is that like the old EO Colorado campfire? You know what I'm saying?
That's a sex term because it comes up here as a chicken and egg rice bowl.
So many things are running through my head right now.
Oh, there you go.
Have you ever spit in your lover's mouth?
That's gross.
It's very gross.
That's a fight. That's a fight in action.
On, it's got an Urban Dictionary.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
What
was like as Swahili for Phil Croniger? What's that?
It's the food dish again.
Okay. So what eventful.
Reddit gave me my answer. It's a euphemism for having sex with a daughter and mother.
Oh. There you go.
It's illegal with your own daughter and mother.
Everything.
You know? And we officially have no one watching on YouTube anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. That would probably bring viewers in.
What's that word? Yakadon or pterodactyl? I don't know. Yeah, I'll never use that word.
Yakadon.
Because it's a chicken and egg bowl.
That's Ice Spice and her mom.
Parent, child, mother, daughter.
Ice Spice and her mom, you know.
I have not seen Ice Spice's mom, but
Ice Spice. Exactly.
Ice Spice don't do it for me.
Wait till she turns around. You'll see.
All right. I think it's time to conclude this show for the evening. Thank you for tuning in. For those who were in the chat, we appreciate you. You can catch us on the replay. It'll be on an audio stream here in about 5-10 minutes once we end the live stream. We're back Monday for another live stream. You can catch us in the Watch the Football Addicts Facebook group on a live game day thread starting at 1:00 on Sunday. We'll see, fellas. Any shout outs before we close it down?
The Ice Spice.
Shout out to
No, Yam, you are not getting canceled. We will always have a spot for you. It's just we've been going for an hour and 20. That's all. We missed you.
Shout out to all the people on Spotify who had us as one of their top 10, top 5, or number 1 podcasts that they listen to.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. We don't focus on the audio a lot, but it's cool to get that Spotify wrapped.
And just to kill the rumors, it can't be 3 of us are have the number 1 because it wasn't even my number 1. Because I always pump up I always try to pump on YouTube. Like I always review the video version. I don't ever go back and listen to the audio. Steve does. Steve likes the audio.
A big audio guy.
I play it off of YouTube. I don't play it off of Spotify. So it's not even my number 1, and I'm on it. But we were number 1 for a number of people. We were top 5 for an even bigger number of people, and for an even bigger number of people, we were top 10. I think that's really cool. That some people like us so much that we are their number 1 most listened to podcast. So whoever you are,
shout out to you.
That's not in the comments because you're listening on the audio version only. So I can't call you out by name, but you're listening because we're your number 1 podcast. So I know you're hearing this. Shout out to you.
Yes.
And just shout out to, we're insert your name right there in this pause for silence that I just gave. Whatever your name is, whoever you are, that's for you.
Boom.
Yeah, you can also still on Spotify add us to a playlist, bro. You can add me to the playlist, especially because but add me and Command This to your playlist on Spotify.
Boom, boom.
Right.
Yeah, because I watch here. So sorry, not on Spotify. I do have 1 point safety as my number 4 on Spotify. Yeah, Scouse and Scotty, good dudes, man. It's a good show to have on Spotify. So you can't go wrong with that.
I've never heard of it.
It's Andy Lockhart, Scouse, and then Scotty Harley. The UK guys. That's what they are. Marcus says, congratulations, fellas. Hey, Dev, go Cards versus Florida State Saturday night. See you guys later. Ooh.
I'll be
jump off 21-20 Seattle. Seattle's beating Dallas at halftime. What?
I'm not that confident in.
By the way, so Yam, just because Yam just threw this up here. Yam says his number 1 artist on Spotify this year was Prince. Mine too.
Wow, look at you guys.
Mine was probably, I don't even know. Mine was probably Pusha T or the Dead South. I'm pretty sure. I listen to a lot of Dead South at work.
I do not listen to Spotify at all.
See, I do.
Rarely.
Oh yeah, take that back. Spotify. We're talking about music. Spotify, man. I don't listen to music on Spotify at all. I just listen to podcasts.
I do Apple Music. I'll do podcasts on Spotify.
Yeah, I do Spotify music, man.
Title
because I have
Apple Music is easier.
I have premium. So like all my playlists are set. I can go in order. I can randomize it, whatever. And that's the thing is they call my style the collector because I have so many playlists that I've created. Like I curate my playlists. Very simple, you know.
How many playlists were we on our Spotify thing? Did it say?
I don't know. It didn't say.
Add us to y'all's playlist.
Bitches.
Add us. It's a celebration.
It's a
That's
celebration.
how you get looks, man. I got one like 170 some playlists. We need to add the Command This to some more playlists, man.
Yeah.
You need to create a Command This playlist. Like, if you're a fan of this show,
here's our playlist.
Listen to what we listen to. Anyway, all right. Yeah. So I'm gonna go. I gotta check out because I gotta be up at 3:30 in the morning, and I gotta drive all the way from BFE, Virginia, to Reagan because I'm flying out.
Yeb says shut it down so you can watch a playlist already. Phil's got to catch a flight.
I gotta go catch a flight. I gotta catch a flight in the morning. I'm going to Florida for the weekend, so I'm gonna be as far away from DC.
If you took the amount of times we've tried to end the show over the years, when we say, all right, we start to end the show, and it just keeps going. Like that number, I want to know what that number is. It has to be if we've done 239 shows, it has to be at least 150, 160 minimum. That's why I love it so much.
160 hours of us.
That's why I love it. Okay.
Talking after we close the show.
We are getting out of here. We'll catch you guys on Monday night. All right. Hail to the Commanders. As always, peace. Inhale.
Go Knicks winning.
Yeah, go Wizards. We suck. We out.
Yeah.